community-based alternatives do we have to incarceration? We do believe that people have to be accountable for their actions, but is the only way to say someone is accountable for their action is through a punitive punishment of incarceration. And I know that that's really hard to think about, but if no one sin is greater than the other, and we talk about forgiveness, how do you frame that? Only certain people are worthy of forgiveness?
I think there's also an incredible need, an urgent need for formation in seminaries on these issues of racism, being anti-racism, and really learning the history of racism in our church. I think when we acknowledge what the church has done, her failures, her shortcomings, I think that we arm ourselves with that power to go forward and to do something about it.
When you mentioned, Kim, the resources that Catholics can bring to this movement and to this conversation, we have Catholic social teaching, right? We have themes that teach us how to talk about what it means to care for marginalized communities, what it means to be a pro-life faith tradition, right? And I think that we're starting to see a lot of Catholics use their faith and show up to these movements. And I think that is so powerful because we have the ability to create a space where we can say, hey, Black Lives Matter, and here's what Catholics should be doing.
I've come to the conclusion that the center of all of this is a kind of idolatry that has developed among many American Catholic communities, where we fetishize the idea of social justice, we fetishize the fetus at the expense of realizing that if justice is going to come, it's going to cost us something. So the same people who are willing to march on Washington for March for Life is bewildered by why people are taking to the streets right now for police brutality. So at this point, this conversation has been had many, many times, but there has never been a real movement to say, what are we willing to pay